Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the Stanley. This is their part number 1592-4. This is a pair of 5-knuckle overlay type hinges. They call them institutional. I don't know what the reference is to institutional, except the potential that you would call these heavy-duty cabinet hinges. Generally, when I see the word institutional, I might see a hospital-style tip where it's been ground down. That is certainly not the case of this. I think an appropriate application, or where you're certainly going to see these, will be in a retail environment. Your favorite coffee shop, behind the cash registers, the row of cabinets up above and behind, you're going to see hinges like this all the time. Okay, that's where you'll see a heavy-duty cabinet-style hinge. Dull chrome. The tip of the pin is what they call a button. If you imagine, that might look like the button on a shirt. Heavy gauge steel, 2 3/4 length, for 3/4 inch thick overlay cabinet or wardrobe doors. Has inner leaf design for close door fit. Has elongated screws for nice adjustment prior to making final fitting with the screws that are indeed included. And when you buy one, you're purchasing one pair is what you'll get. Now, there is a link below this video to a document called Cut Sheet, which is very handy because you can look at this hinge and other common typical hinges that you're going to see. So the point being, keep in mind that this does not have an institutional or hospital tip. It has a typical button tip and a pin that's here. Okay, let's go over some dimensional properties of the hinge now. This is going to be intended, well, here's what it's going to look like, obviously. So your door, this is going to be an inset application. Okay, so imagine that the door sits here, and from your perspective would be swinging out with the hinges on the left. Okay, so your door will sit in here, or from my perspective, the door is my hand. It will screw to the door from behind. Then this will wrap around on the side of the jamb, is how that will install. Okay. Each pair weighs about 0.8 pounds, so they're rather substantial. Overall height of the leaf is about 2 3/4 inch. Okay. Now the overall width, we can kind of just judge what this will look like. About 1 5/8 inches. Overall width of the back side, or the jamb side, 2 3/4 that's referred to. Then of course you're going to have the dimension that it's kicked in and over, 3/4 inch. Okay. From the back side of where the hinge leaf will be to the back of the flange, that's going to be 1 3/8 inches for the drawing, and that's indeed the case. And that drawing that I'm referring to is shown below this video, which is where that's coming from. An overlay application is going to be where you have the door will literally overlay the face of the frame. So the jamb will be here, then your door will set in here, and the door will actually terminate over the end of the jamb. Dull chrome finish, as you can see, intended for 3/4 inch doors, and that's as a result of the dimension from here to here. Okay, allowing a close fitting style door. And again, those elongated screw holes with the screws that are included, if I haven't already shown those to you. When you get the initial layout of the hinge done, I like to mark my center points of the elongated holes with a center punch, pre-drill my holes, do that for both, install with the 4 screws, the 2 slotted here, the 2 slotted here, make your lateral adjustments, and then your door lateral adjustment, and then your depth adjustment on the hinge placement. And then once you know that that's all set, tighten those screws, mark the other 3 remaining holes, and run your pre-drill and run in your permanent screws there. Okay. Now the name Stanley is synonymous with a significant amount of hardware, quite frankly far too much to really go into in depth, but commercial door hardware like hinges, residential hardware like sliding door track and hangers, hardware that you're going to see in commercial applications like heavyweight cabinet hinges. Stanley gets into automatic door operators. They get into barn door track and hangers. The name Stanley, of course, is synonymous with hand tools and builder's hardware. It just goes on and on. If you have any questions on the Stanley, number 1592 in a 26D, 5-knuckle overlay hinge, or any other Stanley product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.